Okay, we're here and I'm going to quickly go over the tools necessary for the round shape assignment and teach you the techniques you need to know. This little assignment is designed to give you some experience with some powerful tools that can be a little tricky. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure your toolbar is set up. So you can view your toolbar or get your toolbar by hitting Command R, or you can drag down to Ruler under View. You can also put it away the same way. It's a toggle. So, but many of you will still have your toolbar set up in pixels or picas. So let's go to Settings and let's go down to Units and Rulers. Under Units and Rulers, you can switch it right here to inches. That's all we're going to mess with for now. We're going to click OK, and then you'll see that this is in rulers. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, a shape we're familiar with. Okay. Now we're going to add guides. I want you to divide this. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. You can do it by ballpark. I want you to divide this into thirds vertically and or so thirds horizontally and and fourths vertically, but it's 3 guides this way. You get a guide by going over your ruler tool with your cursor. Depending on what tool you have, you may want to go to the Move tool. Click and drag from the toolbar. It'll give you an invisible guideline that will never print or show up in your exports. Okay, they're powerful and useful to help you keep things organized and straight. In this case, it's going to give us a dozen boxes to work inside of. And you see here, you're going to be a little convulsive and shrink this guy down, yeah, close enough. The purpose of us doing that is I want to give you a bunch of chances to practice with the pen tool. The specific tool is the pen curvature tool. Now, it should be, you probably have it set up this way, and you should have this little triangle that means it is underneath. But I have noticed that some of my students have lost their extra tools underneath. Not sure how, but when you've gotten there you click, you hold, you want to drag down to the Curvature Pen Tool. If there's nothing there, then you need to go back and follow a step I've shown you before, which is you are probably in the Essentials palette. You click this Workspace tool here, and you simply drag down to Reset Essentials. And you'll notice that moved because that's where I had it set up. Okay, so now you have the pen tool. The Curvature Pen Tool is an easy tool to use. It may confuse you at first because I'm just going to click to draw a point, click to draw another point, and there's no curve. And when I draw my third point, it turns them into curves because now it understands where I'm going with it. When I click here, I've got a complete circle. This is a path, okay? It will not show up anywhere either, like the guides. It is just a path to follow with text or tools. Okay, so this is how I would make an oval with that same tool, okay? And you're going to do a page full of circles and ovals, okay? These shapes are just for you to practice with using the Direct Selection tool, okay? So the Direct Selection tool is right under the Pen tool. If you have the Path Selection tool, it's not the tool we're working with now, and it functions differently. So you want the white one, the Direct Selection tool, okay? So make sure you have that white arrow highlighted. And when you click this, you will get 2 bars, or actually a bar with 2 ends that will allow you to reshape that line. If you think of this controls half of this line, and this one controls this half of this line. If you think of this as a magnet, it's pulling that line as you move it out or in. As I lengthen it, it's pulling it harder and harder, okay? So this is all, you're going to practice with this tool on these 12 shapes. You're going to do half of them with this. But because notice, as I'm bending the line above the point, it's also bending the line below because I have that other tool, okay? So I can go back and play with it, but again, I'm affecting the first one. But that is the one way you're going to do it. The second way is to learn the skill of breaking that in half, okay? So that pops us up automatically. Let's do one that doesn't do it in automatically. So, because I want you to understand how to do that. So we'll give you another oval down here, okay? And when we click the direct selection tool, and we get the 2 bars, okay? If we want to only affect half of it, we click to get our tool. We click on what I'm going to call the magnet, that end, and then we push down the Option key, which is just to the left of the Command key on your keyboard, okay? And now, when I move this tool, I don't move the other half of the line, okay? So I can stretch this separately, okay? And then if I want to come and adjust this, I can, but it functions separately. One of the things you can do in the Bezier game that is very helpful is once you've set that part of the line up, you put this tool away so it has no effect on your next line. So, okay, that's how we split the handle. That's how we use it to affect both halves of the line, as in here, and that's how we use it to affect one half of the line using the Option key.